Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dennis and this is Getting in the Game. Today I'm going to tell you why I installed this early and what I did up front and what that all is and the little things I ran into. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Welcome back. Well, as you can see, I've got a motor mount here, and most of you probably know by its length that it's for a UL. So we've at least committed to that on the plane. So today's video is going to be about getting it off the board. Oh, by the way, this is how they shipped it. And it wasn't in a box or anything. It was just on this board, and they shipped it in, I think it was UPS. It was expensive. I think it was over 250 bucks to have it shipped here. But I can't drive down there for that, so there it is. And I found out that right now the forward package from Roger there is just shy of 7,000. So this right here, all by itself, was in the 1,300 range. So that'll be minus from that later. Let's see, what else? So I'm gonna get busy getting these bolts undone and get this off because I have to cut right here. I got to cut this pocket out, and now that I've got it all built, and then I can build. I should have done this in the beginning, but I thought I was going to leave it here. I really did. I had it taped up out of the way, and now I just want it out of my way. So that's what I'm going to start doing. Taking this off, or how I'm taking it off, I'm going to put it back on so that these pipes will clear. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but by the end of the video I will. The pocketbook over at this house has changed drastically, and I'm thinking now of putting a traditional 6-pack in, because this is going to be VFR. And I was wondering if any of you guys use just your aluminum panel and it's kind of wavy, and I suppose I could put a flat type vinyl on there, and then that would receive the names, the stickers really well. But yeah, I'm thinking of going traditional 6-pack. I know it's going to weigh a little more, hate that, but instead of spending all the money on a glass panel and such, I think I can get by with navigation, with the phone as a backup, and an iPad. But if any of you have used your panel here and not had a panel put over it, leave a message down in the bottom. I'd like to know how it worked out for you. I know the 6-pack will have to have its own brackets and stuff built because this isn't heavy enough. Well, I mentioned in one of my other videos that Dennis Spencer had a issue with his doors fitting after he built them, and then he hung his engine. So that's the main reason I'm committing into getting this, because I want to get it hung on here. I'm going to build some kind of bracket off of here so I can put the weight of the engine on the front of it. Get this settled in. As you can see, you know, I already got the top hinges hooked up, and I'm working on that one over there. And I'm working on the one over there on the left side. And I don't want to have to rebuild my doors like he did. He ended up getting another kit. I don't know exactly where it settled in. We kind of just talked about it kind of vaguely. But it sure did put in the back of my head, it's worth getting my motor mount on now, get enough weight out on the end to settle everything in when it's all clecoed up, and then I can say I really want to get to the doors next. So then after that, then we'll start messing with the tail. But yeah, that's the reasoning and what's happening. I should probably have 2 people to do this part, but there's nobody here, so gotta figure out how to hold it up and mark where I think it needs to be ground. That's gonna be drilled through to the upper bracket of the cage. I just gotta come up with probably another piece of 3/4 inch plywood that I can tie off and tie to this, and then somehow I'll bolt that on there. That'll only get me to, well, I can get an 80-pound bag of cement. I have a 50 over there, so that'll be 130. Yeah, in my lead, that'll work. I think the engine's about 175. Well, as you can see, this already has pilot holes through, and the bolt size is 6, AN6, with a sleeve, and the holes are all pre-drilled in here. So apparently, this fits perfectly after you grind any clearance issues, which yeah, that definitely needs to be ground to move over slightly. Oh, they both got to move out. Must be enough flex to just pull them out to get it there. There, a little off that. That's gonna have to have quite a bit there. I'm just using the pen against the bracket, and that gives me a nice straight line according to the bracket, and that'll give me the amount in. Yeah, this just needs that corner. Wow, that actually fits. I don't need to, I'm just gonna round that corner. If I can pull it up there and get that center to fit, it's fine. So I just need to round these corners down on the bottom. Fits good. And you can do it by yourself. Super light, super easy. After these are all bolted in, we'll mark this up and take long drills, clamp it. I'll take this off once it's bolted up. Yeah. Well, the first snag I came up with was the plate was going to cover this rivet here, and it would make the plate want to stick out on the top of the motor mount here. So I was trying to figure out what to do. I did want to support it in behind with a shim so that it didn't want to buckle that too much there. And of course, drill your holes, went in behind, blew them all out, cleaned them out the best you could without having to take everything apart. And then I countersunk it and got a shim behind here too. As you can see right there is the edge of it. Goes all the way through. And that goes through into the steel motor mount. It did buckle out once I pulled that down nice and tight. But now once I drill that, this will be pulled back flat. I guess a 3/8 is going to be drilled and reamed there. And then this one's already countersunk, and we're going to put that in a minute. If you're planning on pulling a rivet and you want to leave it flat so that it doesn't dome, I only have one with a hole that big. It will pull it, no problem. The teeth grab it. But I just take a little piece of aluminum and slide that on there so that it doesn't leave that big hole mark in the top of the rivet. Because it will. I've cleaned the backside out all the way. Look at that baby draw down. So now that is definitely countersunk lower than this piece here. Actually, this piece once it bends in. So it'll sit. The motor mount bracket will sit on top of that without hitting it. I'll try to show you what I'm doing here. I drew 2 parallel lines, and now I'm just scribing and scribing and scribing with a utility knife until I can get this to pop free. So more and more of that. Well, I got these drilled out to 3/8, and that one to 1/4. Whoop, my hand's in the way. I don't know why it focuses so easy on my finger. I guess that's a good thing. Anyway, I got these done, that put to 1/4, these to 3/8, reamed them both. They fit really nice. After I got it all tightened down, the board didn't slip on quite as easy, but it still does, so I imagine in the rubber it'll be just fine. The only thing I didn't like is because, if any of you remember, the cage on my cage is a head, 3/8 of an inch, and we're mounting our wing in front of this instead of in the back of this because of an error, but it's all been cleared up. But that did put this forward slightly. So the height of this here, if I can see it, there we go. The height of this here is just a hair lower than the height of this one at the top. So I went ahead and went off center slightly here to hit closer to the center of this one. So like you can see, it's still a little bit higher than I would like it to be, but I put that one as low off center as I felt that I could. So this same motor mount on the 601 doesn't even have these. So this is and of course the design's completely different. It needs that support in the front for the cage. So we got that done. Got the brackets all in. I'm going to test fit some of these now as far as movement has done. But the big part of this is, as you can see, I built some pieces of wood here to hold the factory piece of wood on so it can't slide forward. And then I just built this box here so I could get a 60-pound bag I had of cement, a 50-pound bag of cement. This is lead from my dive days, and that is 38 pounds of lead. So I've got 178 pounds with these cement blocks that I had out of the yard. Yeah, that's where the 30 of the stone comes in. They're 15 for a couple of them. And now I can actually bounce this up and down and make my suspension work. It's kind of cool. Here, see if I can do it. I'll put it on the stand here. Now I can just lift up on it. So that's the way it would be when it's taxiing. At this point, at this being loaded this much, I can just get my finger in there. So that's about a 1/2 inch. And then as soon as you take off, of course, that'll come up and hit them pucks and straighten out. So that's working. I see some people online drilled some holes in their pucks and got it really loose, but I don't know how it would handle the weight. You'd have to really compress them tight anyway to get your engine weight to be supported. So I didn't do any of that. I'm gonna go with less suspension. All right, so the whole point of this is to get the weight on here to get this all settled in so that I can build my doors. Might have said that earlier. See how that's lining up. I also drilled a couple holes in there with a Forstner bit so that these would stick into this for support going down. And then I just put a strap on here to keep it from wanting to tip forward, and I've got it glued and screwed to that. So that worked out. After all that weight was put on there, which tweaks this or pulls this into position, making sure that all these clecos just went in like nothing. Nothing felt tight or anything. They just dropped right in. So that was very encouraging. I know I've got that slightly over the engine weight, which is supposed to be 175, but it's 178 plus the wood, which is probably a couple more pounds. So I'm guessing I got it right at 180. So depending on your prop, yeah, I think I'm right in the ballpark. I can trust it. All right, well, I'm gonna get to the doors. Well, I gotta say, I am awful excited with how this turned out. I'm so glad that this has got the weight on there, and I thank Dennis so much for sharing his difficulties with me so that I can hopefully, I mean, that's what this is all about, right? So that we don't have to make the mistakes that somebody else maybe had happen to them. And my hat's off to him for sharing. I do have to completely prep and paint and get this all on, but for now, I just wanted it, I don't want to take it all off and start playing with that yet, because I'm going to probably nick it up anyway. I just want to get to the doors. I don't know why, but I really want to play around with the doors. So I feel confident that we can do that, and maybe you'll see that in the next one. So take it easy, guys. See ya.